Hello everybody, welcome back to The Early Thing. My name is Connell Lynch. It's not that early, but I was just wondering, what if they had a self-Hickey machine that, like, people would, like an insecure man like myself would just sort of, like secretly, like instead of having like a fleshlight, they would just have a Hickey machine, which could be, I guess, reconstructed to be basically the same thing. But it was just something that would give you hickeys, and so, like, you know, you wake up the next morning, you know, and in college, you know, and you're walking around campus, but before you go, you're like, wait, let me just grab a couple hickeys, you know, it's Sunday morning, you know, I want people to think I got up to something last night. So you specifically put, like, you know, a Hickey on your neck, and, or you know what it should come with? It should also come with a little scratcher, you know, like, maybe like 2 or 3 bobby pins, or probably 4, it'd have to be 4 to make sense. 4 little bobby pins that'll lightly scrape the sides of your neck while giving you a fake Hickey, so that way you can make it seem like a girl, you know, put her nails in your neck, or in your back even. Basically, I guess what I'm saying is I want a sex robot. I guess that's, the more I think of, like, expounding upon this idea, the more I'm realizing that I'm just making a fucking sex robot. What if those existed, huh? A self-Hickey machine that could talk, you know? What about that? A self-Hickey machine that, you know, would, you know, make, you know, maybe had like a Hickey, you know, like a mouth but down, like a mouth but further down on the area of it, you know? And maybe, like, what if it was like a self-Hickey machine, but also like a like, movement machine, and it could move around, you know? So, you know, give it like a leg, probably 2 legs. Probably 2 legs and an arm. And then you could put the little bobby pin things on the ends of those arms. You know, that would be good. And you know, and there you go. The self-Hickey machine, it's just a sex robot. And here I am thinking I came up with something brilliant. It is a brilliant idea, though, for a little fucking idiot like me. That's just like, I mean, because I think we've all done it. Like, it reminds me of the same way, I don't know why, maybe it's just because I was thinking about mouths, but the same way that you would, like, when you're in the doctor's office, and you're trying to go home from school in, like, middle school because you're sick, or you're pretending to be sick, and you're trying not to go to school, and so your mom or the nurse gives you the thermometer under the tongue, and you try to, like, blow hot air into your mouth, like, you know, like, to try to, like, see if that will make it hotter, as if you are, like, a dragon, like, as if you just have the capability, like, because you know, because in your stupid little middle school mind, you know, you blow hot air onto a window and it, like, makes, oh, fog, whoa, what is that, condensation, but you don't comprehend that that's just inside your mouth, like, that's because it's inside your mouth. Your mouth is the same temperature, give or take, like, 0.01 degrees, I'm pretty sure, from the back of your throat to, like, the inside your tongue, or whatever the fuck they put the, ew, imagine that, imagine sticking something inside your tongue, ew, like a credit card slot, just, you know, ugh, it's disgusting. Why did I think of that? I don't know, I mean, y'all ever just, there's a lot of ants in my house, and it's annoying me because I know that this is like the fucking, well, yeah, the problem with ants, you know, you set off a trap, or you think you kill them all, and then, you know, the next morning, there you are looking at a bunch of more of them, and I know that, and so it's a stupid thing to complain about, or think of an original premise of. But I like watching them when I take a shit, which is the fun part. Like, they're in the bathroom, there's like at least 2 or 3 at all times in the bathroom, crawling on the floor and crawling in the sink that's like right next to me. And I just like sitting there looking, you know? And if there's like a food crumb on the ground, I'll like pick it up and put it in front of him, and I'll be like, here you go, bud. Even though I'm sure your colony is back down. And I'm kind of actually ruining this for you by lifting it up 3 feet onto the counter of the sink counter. You're probably gonna have to walk that all the way back down. Anyway, I should have just put you down rather than bring the crumb up. And so I'm thinking this while I'm taking a shit, being like, man, my life is good, you know? I like helping animals. Even the scary ones. I'll help a spider. You know, for me, it's like, you gotta stay out of my space. Keep out of that personal space. If I see a spider in my room, or a cricket in my room, or around my desk, or wherever I am near, or go near, where, like, if I'm sitting here and a cricket comes up to me, I'm like, no, and I stomp it. If a cricket's in my room, I'm killing it, all right? But if I'm just, walking upstairs and there's a cricket sitting on one of the stairs, I'm like, it's a little awkward out here on the stairs. I'm sure if I miss, then I'm just going to get a little too scared, and I'm just going to do a little, and try to, like, run up the stairs, and then I'm going to, like, bust out into the kitchen. People are going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, it's a game I play where I run up the last 2-3 stairs of the stairs and scream like a little bitch. It's called being scared. It's a fun game. You should try it. Not a lot of people playing that nowadays. People are playing the, no, you're scared. They like playing that. They like shoving the blame onto someone else. I'm not scared. That's what's wrong with America nowadays. Okay, that's what Can we get back to the topic at hand, please, ladies? Ladies, please. This is me talking to a room full of self-hickey machines. AKA ladies, because that's all they're good for. I mean, think about it, right? Just judging by the fact that I basically created a woman out of thin air, which is based on my mind and what I want from a woman, means that that's what women are. Okay, I don't want to hear any pushback on this. All right, I don't want to hear any push-ups on this. All right, I got push-ups on the brain because I was just at the gym. It's just at the game. This was what I was actually thinking about the other day, where I was like, people want to be right. There's such a huge thing nowadays of wanting to be right, where I've kind of flopped. I used to argue a lot, and I still like arguing just for the idea. Like, I actually really like hearing other people's points of view. I do. I like the idea that people get to express their points of view. The issue is I feel like the way that people express those points of views are very angrily, because and rightfully so, there is seemingly like a lot of people attacking you at all times just for having a point of view, which isn't necessarily true, which is like, it's not necessarily true. It's like this big circle. And I know I can't explain it well without being in front of your face and using my hands gesturing very awkwardly close to your face with my finger making a circle 15 times while I'm explaining this. But it feels like a circle of just people seem angry that they don't get they seem angry because they don't get the feeling that their opinion is being listened to, so they scream their opinion. And then people scream back at those people screaming because they screamed, and then the second people scream their opinion, and then it just becomes screaming, and everyone looks at that from a regular eye, like my eye or your eye, and sees that of just people screaming on Twitter, and goes, yeah, fuck Twitter. Look at these fucking idiots. And that's certainly true for a lot of this, but there are plenty of people out there that just making a tweet isn't screaming something. Sharing an opinion isn't screaming it. And like, I guess my original point was, I'm no longer arguing to be right. I'm arguing for them to realize that they're wrong. And not that I'm right about what we're talking about, just that they were wrong, or that they changed their opinion, which they will if you let them talk long enough. Because no one actually sits down and talks about an argument, or talks about their way of feeling, unless it's in an argument. And people like to put the pressure on an argument as like, this is it, here we go, battle royale, gonna kill some people, But an argument is just what gets you to have a finalized opinion. And people don't want to accept that. They want to accept that what they're starting with is their end goal. And they want you to argue against it. And if you just don't argue, like I've been doing, of just either like doing the half argument of like kind of agreeing and then, or like disagreeing but then asking them a question about the thing that they initially said, they'll just keep going on that initial thing and never question your disagreement. Because again, at the end of the day, all they want is just to have their own opinion, which is fine. And I'm only helping them because I'm being like, yes, and what else? How else? And how does that affect this? And they go, well, so what it would be was if you were to have that, then it would probably be this. And I would go, oh, okay. Well, I would have thought that it would be like this, but how do you think that would actually then be affecting like your day-to-day life? Well, for me, it's just like I'm just going back and forth. I know this isn't really funny, but this is me also working it out, That's why I'm saying it's a giant circle. Because you can get mad at me, but this isn't a fully fleshed out opinion. I don't think anyone ever has a fully fleshed out, like, this is how I feel, Like, I used to hate strawberries when I was a kid. I used to hate blueberries when I was a kid. I used to advocate. I remember specifically hearing stories that my mom would tell me of me crying about having to eat blueberries. And now I look back on it, because like then I remember like never being fed blueberries for at least a couple years, and me never going out of my way to get like just completely forgetting that I argued so adamantly against blueberries. And then like 2 years ago, I just saw blueberries in the store when I was at like I forget where. I was just buying stuff, and I bought some and started eating them, and I was like, oh, wait, why have I never eaten blueberries more often? And I asked my mom, and she's like, yeah, because you fucking would scream anytime I put them in your face. You know, opinions change. Sometimes people like having different opinions just to be different. You know, that's what I feel like a lot of it is today. You know, and those guys are fucking douchebags, and you'll never get them to admit it unless you do the argument with them and just do the half arguing, half asking them more about their opinion until you realize, or until they sort of circle back around again. I said to me, well, look at me, I called myself out for realizing that I'd be saying circle a lot in this. And here I am using it for the third fucking time. You get them to circle around to something that's near your point, and then you say, well, that's what I've been actually saying this whole time. And then they either go, no, and then you're like, all right, well, here we go back to step one. Or they go, oh, yeah, okay. And it's not because I win. Again, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to get you to be wrong or change your mind. Which sounds like a douchey thing, but it's okay to be wrong. And if I'm okay to not be right, you should be okay to be wrong. You know? At least that's how I want to be when I go into an argument. I want someone to be okay being wrong. I'm okay. I'm fine being wrong. Because I'm learning. Doesn't mean that I have to change how I think, but I can learn. You know? And changing how I think will happen to me at some point. And it could be your fault. It could be because of you. You could be him. Okay. That's it. I'm gonna kiss someone on the lips today, and I'm gonna ask them permission before I do it. Okay? Bye.